You're listening to KYRS Medical Lake Spokane on 88.1 and 92.3 FM, and this is KYRS Local News. I'm Megan Burton. The Spokane Community Oriented Policing Services, also known as COPS, is launching a new program to help dog walkers turn into extensions of the police department. Paws on Patrol is a program for those interested in patrolling their neighborhood while walking their dog. COPS is hosting 2 training sessions this month. The goal is to have members meet up for regularly scheduled group walks. COPS Executive Director Patrick Stryker describes a positive show of force. Stryker said the group walks will focus on school zones, parks, and known problem areas. Volunteers will be taught what to look for on their walks and how to report what they see. They will receive t-shirts to wear, and there will be bandanas for the dogs. The idea is to get the community involved in not just policing, but also with each other. Knowing your neighbors in the area means you can identify when something is out of the ordinary. As we continue to cover the homelessness issue, a new warming center has opened on Ermina Avenue in the old National Furniture Store. The center is run by the Salvation Army and is hoping to increase its capacity to 120 people a night. This new shelter space increases the city's warming center spots to 275. This addition of the new shelter has brought about the issue of removing the suspension on the sit-lie ordinance. The ordinance was suspended after Alfredo Lameto's hunger strike and subsequent camp outside of City Hall protesting the law. Lameto believed that the law was unfair to enforce when there was limited shelter space for those in Spokane. The sit-lie ordinance is only able to be enforced when there is shelter space available, and only between 6 a.m. and midnight. The city will start enforcing the sit-lie ordinance on February 8th. Those who violate the ordinance are cited and sent to community court, where they have access to services and resources to prevent them from reoffending. According to the suspension, police could not enforce the ordinance until there was shelter space available for an additional 200 individuals for 30 days. Activists argue against the law as they say it criminalizes the homeless who have nowhere to go or who are not comfortable staying in a shelter. Mayor Condon wrote a letter in response to City Council's actions on these issues that he was opposed to the suspension, as exceptions were already written into the law. Other council members, such as Councilman Fagan and Councilwoman Stratton, are considering extending the law's enforcement area outside of downtown. They are hearing from their constituents that there is a concern about people sleeping on their businesses or homes that are beyond the reach of the law. City Council President Ben Stuckert, who said he doesn't support a sit-lie repeal, said there wasn't yet a consensus on any possible changes to the law. Quote, "If someone was to bring forward adjustments, I don't know if you could find 4 votes." End quote.
Governor Jay Inslee has proposed a public option health insurance plan in an effort to expand coverage to all Washingtonians. The state's healthcare authority would contract with 1 or more carriers in each county to offer qualified health plans on the Washington Health Benefit Exchange. 14 counties only have 1 health insurer. With premiums rising and the Trump administration chipping away at the Affordable Care Act, the proposal aims to contain costs for Washingtonians. Ashley Sutton with Economic Opportunity Institute, who helped develop this plan, known as Cascade Care, says it could make calls for Medicare for All in Congress a reality in the Evergreen State.
So many legislators ran on a platform of healthcare, and one of the top priorities for constituents is addressing healthcare affordability. The issue is that no one really knows how to get there, and Cascade Care offers a way to get to universal coverage.
The goal of the plan is that patients spend no more than 10% of their income on premiums, with subsidies to help those who need financial assistance. Implementation would begin in 2021, and by 2025, every plan in the state would meet the 10% threshold. Sutton says the strength of the proposed model is that it would leverage federal subsidies under the ACA to help bring down costs as well.
We're actually using existing infrastructure right now through the exchange that's already set up to help with cost control and also increase affordability and access to our communities that are being hurt the most because of the exorbitant costs of healthcare that continue to rise.
Senator David Frocht and Representative Eileen Cody, both Seattle Democrats, joined Inslee on Tuesday for the announcement and plan to introduce the public option legislation on the first day of the session, January 14th. For Washington News Service, I'm Eric Tegedoff.
You've been listening to KYRS Local News at 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. KYRS Local News has seen support today from the Kitchen at Second Harvest, offering a variety of cooking classes from salad dressings to salsa, stews and soups to pie. Supporting these classes allows Second Harvest to offer cooking classes and nutrition education to families in need. Information available online at secondharvestkitchen.org. KYRS Local News receives support from the Smith Barbieri Progressive Fund, a charitable foundation. More information at smith-barbieri.com. KYRS Local News receives support from the Community Building Foundation, empowering local organizations to help our community experience justice, vibrancy, and sustainability. Our theme music is from bensound.com. To send us news tips or comment on our show, our email is news@kyrs.org.